In a school like this here, one of the hardest things for kids with learning disabilities is the pace of instruction. It has nothing to do with their intelligence. They're all smart enough to do this.
I would say like a few years ago, I got very frustrated doing work. More like I would write essays.
I did struggle a lot, and it was necessary for me to get some sort of help in order to sort of take initiative and figure out what I was doing wrong when it came to schoolwork.
If I have some language processing issues, I'm sitting in the classroom and the teacher's just kind of talking and talking, and there's no like visual references to anything, and I just gotta do that. Well, after about 10 minutes, it's kind of like, wow, I don't know what's going on. The teacher jumps in and wants, asks him a question all of a sudden. And they've been following along, and they kind of internalize that.
When I was younger, 5 years ago, I would read out loud in class, and the teacher would ask who wants to read out loud. I would put my head down and look away, it was the last thing I wanted to do.
And then as you start talking about with kids about here's some strategies you might do, here's something you might, way to compensate for some of these weaknesses, which in many cases involve more time than maybe some of your peers. Are you willing to do some of that stuff?
So he gets extra time on tests. They provide him with books on tape because he's a better auditory learner than a visual learner. They had these pens that you could take notes with. They have little recorders on them as you're kind of listening to lectures and things like that. So there's just a number of different tools that the schools provide Jack.
You may want to give them a little preview about what they're reading that night. Give them a purpose for reading to help focus their attention on that. In some cases, maybe give them something else to read that may explain it better than maybe the textbook that they're doing. But it really depends on how bad is, how challenged is the kid around the acquisition of reading, with reading and such like that. But it's how you learn and what you have to do to learn in whatever environment you're in.
And through that careful, close analysis and reading of assignments and things, I was able to figure out how I needed to learn, how I needed to study in order to be successful in school.
Most schools want kids to be successful. In the States, every school, by law, if you take $1 from the federal government, every school by law, I think not every school does, they have a part of the school which is services for students with disabilities. Within that, underneath that umbrella, are physical disabilities, mobility disabilities, psychological disabilities, learning disabilities, ADHD.
Like all our other kids, it's been, it's just sort of been educating on the process and thinking about schools, and it was a great school for him, a school that's going to be able to provide him the supports, maybe a school with smaller classes, so he'll have more one-on-one time with teachers and things like that.
You still have a standard of what you hope the student will demonstrate and understand and come to learn, but there may be different pathways to get there.
Shift the way that I use the skills that I have in order to do well in school, and eventually I was doing great. I was getting all A's. I was really confident and successful, but it took me a while.
She'd go home, she'd come back and say, it took me forever to read this, or I'm not going to read this, and she figured out how to work with text in a way so that she didn't have to always read every word. But she brought something to that whole process which was uniquely hers, and it was like, let's get out of her way, because she's just going to do it the way she wants.
Quickly, I didn't need help anymore. By junior year, I was out of the program, and now in college, I don't even need extra time. So I feel like I've really mastered the skills necessary for me to succeed, and that was just shifting my study skills and shifting the way I look at things and the way I approached my work. And I'm thankful for that experience in SLD because it really gave me the opportunity to learn new things about myself.
How you give them an opportunity to feel good about themselves because they do understand something, and maybe it's not in the most well-crafted essay, but there is something I've done in addition to show that I understand what you want me to know, and I am going to continue to try to build my language skills and my writing skills, because I know that's important too. So it's not one size doesn't fit all. And And that becomes part of the joy of teaching, is trying to figure out how to reach these kids.